Today we're telling you how to declutter your life. Not all clutter takes up space on your desk, floor, or on the shelf. Your emails, social media, and photos all make up your digital clutter. A lot of us are overrun with it, and it can cause a ton of stress and anxiety. So my colleague, Brittany Jones-Cooper, who's been working with me for several years now and has helped me get my digital house in order, is here to offer some solutions. Hi, Brittany. Nice to see you. So, Brittany also helped with my red room of pain, so you may see her make an appearance later on. That was quite a job, wasn't it?
A lot of work.
Meanwhile, do you have digital clutter yourself, and is this a common problem?
It is. You know, I think in my life, I'm pretty organized, but there's so much technology and social networks, it's hard to keep it organized. So I found a few tips that work for me, so hopefully they'll work for you too.
Okay, well, you know how I love my social media, and Brittany's gotten me to really get into social media in a big way. So, but it can be a little overwhelming with all the different sites and with Twitter and Facebook and yada, yada, yada. So what do you have to advise me on this front?
Well, you always say that you have FOMO. That's fear of missing out, and
I
she
do.
totally does. And so
it's terrible.
She's on almost every social network, and it's hard to keep them all in line. So if you're like Katie, there's a really great app called Hootsuite. And what it does
What's it called?
Hootsuite, like an owl.
Oh, Hootsuite.
Yeah.
Okay.
What it does is it takes all of your social networks, the news feeds and the timelines, and brings it into one really easy to use app. So if you look up there, there's your Twitter account as you're used to seeing it. These are your tweets that you've sent. Here are the people that you're following, and then you slide it over. Very cool. And these are people mentioning you on Facebook. I checked, it's all nice stuff.
Okay, good, thank you. Because we don't always get all nice stuff, right?
But let's say that you just want to jump over to Facebook. You don't have to leave the app. You just click this home screen in the top, click Facebook, and you're straight to your Facebook page now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and there's a ton of different other social networks that work with Hootsuite. So it's really fun and it keeps it all in one place.
Okay, and then you don't feel like you're sort of all over the map when you're looking at your computer screen and having to go check all these different sites. It's really just...
Instead of 7 different apps or tabs, it's just one.
Okay, great. That's not, and Hootsuite must be a play of Toot Sweet from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
I mean, sure.
Okay. Brittany's like, what? Okay. Now we're going to go to photos. Okay, if you're like me, you have so many photos in your iPhone or on your computer, and it's like that ad. The people are trapped inside the computer in your iPhone. So I love this idea because now I'm going to get some photos developed.
Exactly. So we have all these amazing pictures on our phone, but they stay there forever. And so I discovered this amazing app called Postal Pics. It's a mouthful. And it's really great because it enables you to print your photos straight from your iPhone, Android, or iPad. And it's super easy to use. You just click Start, Print, and then you collect the size you want. So 4x6, 5x7.
And it's pretty reasonable, 21 cents a pic for 4x6, which is usually the common size
people get. But also Instagram is really popular, and you have all those Instagram photos on your phone as well. Well, they print in square dimensions, so you can print your Instagram photos as well. So I'm going to click 4x6. I took some office pics of some cluttered desks. I'm sure they're glad I'm putting them on TV.
People on the show taking pictures next to posters of me. What a suck up. Right.
Prepping for printing, add to your cart, and then you tap to check out.
Wow.
Yeah, you put in your payment information, and then they send the photos to your home within a few days.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and then you have to delete them from your phone, though.
Okay, right.
Clear
because they take up a lot of space, and it's not good to have so many photographs.
Yeah, photos take up a lot of memory on your phone. So if you can get them off, you can make room for other stuff.
Okay, great. All right, now let's move on to emails, which is a real problem for me, as you know, Brittany.
Oh man, so many emails. But you're not alone. I mean, we all function on email all day now, and it's hard when you have so many junk mail messages to decipher what's important.
Except young people now don't really use email. They really use text. My daughter will say, I didn't get the email, Mom, because I'm on text.
Wait till they get jobs.
Okay, and then they'll have to use email.
And then they'll use email. But it's hard to decipher what's important from what's just junk mail. So there's a really great site that a friend actually told me about called unroll.me. And what it does is one of two things. You put in your email address, and the first thing it will do is unsubscribe you, cold turkey, from everything that you're subscribed to, which is great. The other option is that they'll do a daily roll-up. So they'll take all of your subscriptions, and they'll send you one email with them all listed inside. So here's a look at my daily roll-up. So, you know, I probably booked a flight and YouTube. Those little annoying messages they send you every day are now in one place. So you can look if you want, or else you can just focus on the important emails you have in your inbox.
Okay, so you can have them in one email, all listed, or you can get rid of them.
Or you just get rid of them right away. But it's hard, you know, sometimes you want to see a coupon or a deal, so you don't want to get rid of, you just want it in a different place. So it's kind of like a filter.
Okay, great. That's a great idea. And then finally, Brittany, there's storage.
Yes.
And you have some good ideas for what you can do in this department, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
this sounds a little
I was
challenging
gonna say,
technologically for me, though.
I feel like this might be where I lose you, but
Okay.
stick with me.
Okay, I'm focusing. I'm trying.
Because it's really great. Cloud computing is really popular these days. I don't know if you guys have heard of like iCloud or SkyDrive. And essentially all these are places online where you can store information and then you can access it from wherever you are.
Right.
So I know personally I'll be working on a document at work and I'll save it on my desktop or I'll email it to myself and I might lose it. And this really prevents that from happening. So one app that I use regularly is the Google Drive. And if we take a look at my Google Drive, you can just see all these documents that I've worked on. I always keep my resume in there because you never know when you're going to need it. And you can access.
What do you mean?
I mean, you just never know. You just never know. And if you look at this one, digital tips, I actually started that. I was working on this segment today.
Right.
I started it last night on my work computer. On the cab ride home, I pulled out my iPad and I wanted to add a few notes to the document. And then I got home and I wanted to finish it up. So on my personal laptop, I pulled it up. So that's 3 different places, 3 different devices, 1 document.
That's fantastic.
And it saves it all, and it's easy, and it doesn't take up any space on your hard drive.
So if I'm writing a memo or I'm working on a speech or something like that, I can just work on it wherever I go. Because right now it's a big pain to do that.
Yeah, and if you're working on a script with a producer, you guys can get in the same document from different places and write together. You can see their updates live.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, Brittany, thank you so much for coming. You did a great job, and will you come over to my apartment and get this all set up?